You want to know what was absolutely remarkable that only happened at the end of World War I, that it's never happened at any other war, is they decided ahead of time, all the countries, pretty much. I mean, well, Germany was defeated, but there was still fighting, and they all decided on a time of when all weapons and gunshots and all of it would stop. You know, usually it comes with a surrender and a slow, falling away. But no, this actually, 11/11 is a symbol of global peace. It is. It is. And in 2018, when I started seeing it, 11/11, and it went on until the fall of 2020, that was 100 years since the end of World War I. So let me show you what the history says, because there's a lesson to be learned here, and the lesson is we have not advanced. Technology does not make us advanced. It makes us stupid, for sure. That's a definite, okay? It makes us more stupid, because these people, I mean, I'm not just talking about America. I'm talking about Israel being stupid, Iran being stupid, Russia being stupid, China being stupid, all of them. All of them. These people had enough, I don't know, God moved them in some way to all realize that everyone had to put their weapons down at the same time. Unlike any other war ending in history, because it marked a coordinated pre-announced moment when fighting stopped across an entire front after years of brutal industrial-scale warfare. The ceasefire took effect at exactly the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918, creating a powerful symbolic end to World War I that was observed worldwide with both celebration and solemn remembrance. Unlike most wars where fighting gradually fades or ends with a formal surrender, World War I is armistice, was a sudden synchronized halt to hostilities, with the guns falling silent almost instantly along hundreds of miles of trenches. Unbelievable. And it became known as the global symbol of peace and sacrifice, commemorated annually with rituals like the 2-minute silence at 11 a.m., a tradition that set Armistice Day apart from other war endings. These people, they knew that the war was, that at 11 o'clock they had to stop fighting. So some had stopped fighting even before then, like we know we're going to end anyway. Some of the Americans kept fighting, and so there's just interesting stories around it. But think that was over 100 years ago, and all of these major countries in the West anyway, well, they're not just in the West because it was a world war, but all of those countries were able to come to an agreement, something this of this magnitude, and look at how ridiculous we are today. All of us, all of the countries, we're all a total embarrassment to our ancestors and our history. I don't care what country you're in. I don't care what political leadership you live under. Total embarrassment. You too, Israel. Every country. And you know, the whole point to remembering this is so that it wouldn't be repeated. But when have you ever seen a party like that? And it wasn't just in Philadelphia. It was in America. In general, it was in every country. Like a global celebration. And all I could think is, look at us now. We think we're so advanced because of our technology and self-driving cars and AI. And really, our ancestors were wiser, and they were literally able to synchronize an entire moment where all bloodshed ended at the exact same time at 11 a.m. on November 11th, 1918. And yet, Iran and Israel can't even get to the damn table, right? So, and of course they would make excuses. They all would. Russia makes excuses. Ukraine makes excuses. Everybody makes excuses. Like, let's just get over it, okay? You leaders of your countries, let's just face the facts, okay? That's the facts of it, okay? Your ego gets in the way. You all know it. You make excuses. No, we have to be number one. We have to beat them. When really none of it is anything God would want. It isn't. It isn't. But God's watched this fiasco down here since the beginning of time, and it doesn't seem to change. Although at 11 a.m. on 11/11/1918, it did change for a little while. And it was meant to be remembered by all countries so that there would never be another world war. I mean, if countries could come to agreements with that, I mean, just think of how stupid all of you look right now when you can't even, in 2025, manage to even sit down and make peace with each other. You all look like juveniles. All of you look like juveniles. Like ridiculous bullies on the schoolyard. So, I don't know why I started seeing 11/11 in 2008, at the end of 2018, but I saw it up until the fall of 2020, 3 or 4 times a day, at least, without fail. I told people that I was around back then, that this was going on. I'm like, this is just odd. Like, I couldn't plan it. It just... So, maybe that's the message. Is all of you countries on the world stage, the very fact that you're more juvenile than your ancestors who were able to pull this off after the end of World War I, well, it shows you're all the problem, doesn't it? If you want peace on the world stage, then maybe you should all start acting like it and take a lesson from your history over 100 years ago.